Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Basa and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Vitor Roque as Barcelona need to pay 40 million euros to La Liga in order to register the 2024 January transfer arrival, according to new reports. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Oriol Romeu, as the Barcelona staff are seriously concerned about the veteran midfielder's recent dip in form. We are also going to be looking on that. So as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It is no secret that Barcelona are working round the clock to ensure that they can register Vitor Roque ahead of the January transfer window. The club's sporting director Deco and even Xavi Hernandez are keen on bringing the Brazilian to Catalonia after the turn of the year. However, as we head into the January window, Barcelona have received mixed news as far as the club's financials are concerned. So what's the good news? As reported by Mundo Deportivo, Friday's decision from the La Liga Delegated Commission to give the green light for modifications in economic control could boost Barcelona's finances. That's because of one of the changes concerning the payments of losses generated by COVID. Until now, clubs had to pay a certain percentage with each passing year. But La Liga has now decided to put an annual limit based on the club's turnover, which will enable said clubs to spread these losses over more years. This plays into the hands of Barcelona as they do not have to pay the expected 80 million euros, which in turn should increase the squad cost limit of 270 million euros. Despite the expected savings that Barcelona will make in the aftermath of the decision, it won't be enough for the club to register Vitor Roque. As things stand, the Catalans must pay La Liga the pending 40 million euros, which is holding up the club's finances. Barcelona owe 40 million euros from Libero, who had acquired a stake in Barca Studio in the summer. An alternative for the club would be to sell key players in the team. Barca can reuse 50% of the sale value of each other and 60% if the departed player's salary is at least 5% of the total cost of the workforce. Until Barcelona meet either of these measures, the club will not be in a position to register Vitor Roque in the upcoming January transfer window. It's really getting really hot because Vitor Roque's arrival as it stands still looks so complicated, so uncertain, and it still baffles me. Like, how on earth? Why should we be even talking about this? Just to bring in one player in January is like Barca needs to do all kind of arithmetic, all kinds of formulas. And if this report is to go by, then it's going to be so complicated. So complicated. So complicated. So, I mean, honestly, we are still in a mess financially. We are still in a big mess. We are still to get up from our slumber. It has not been an easy task, and I really feel for Laporta, who has been there almost 3 years now as president of the club for his second spell. Ensuring that the club stand at its feet, which have not been an easy task at all. So let's see how it goes. It's really complicated at this point. Vitor Roque, who have been signed already, but of course not able to join Barca, which all boils down to financial limitations of the club. And of course, despite the reports that were saying that it is quite certain that he will be joining the club in January. But what are we seeing now? We are seeing the fact that it is still not a guarantee. It's still not a guarantee because of the complications, the financial predicaments of the club. And of course, if that's not a possible scenario, then therefore we should only hope or only therefore expect Vitor Roque joining the club next summer. That means coming for a new season. Let's just see how it goes. As it stands right now, the arrival of the striker is not a guarantee, as Barcelona need a lot to sort out in their current financial books. So let's just see how it goes when it comes to bringing Vitor Roque to the club, as it looks now complicated than ever before. So we quite remember Vitor Roque picked up a serious injury some months back. Till now, he's not able to play. He might not even play till the end of this year, because there were reports saying that he might have played his last game for Atletico Paranense. But let's just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Because right now, if these reports are to be believed, there's still a high chance that Vitor Roque will stay at Atletico Paranense to finish the season there. Then on to the final story of discussion. Oriol Romeu's performances at the base of midfield have started to become a lingering cause of concern for Barcelona after arriving on a meager fee of 3.4 million euros, with Romeu himself chipping in financially in light of the Catalans' strained finances. The club was able to address their shortcomings in the defensive midfield department. However, filling the gargantuan void of Sergio Busquets is not a job for the ordinary, and the pressure of such a demanding position is beginning to creep up on the holding midfielder. Of course, indeed, AS has shed light on the downward trajectory of the player, who has gone from being labeled as indispensable to slowly losing significance in the starting spot, with concerns growing over his condition within the Barcelona staff. Romeo started off the campaign with flying colors. His name was regularly etched on the team sheet, and Xavi was rewarded for his trust in the La Masia graduate. Romeo's ball-winning ability and security in possession allowed him to rake up consistent game time. However, after 7 starts in his first 8 games, things started to take a turn for the worse. The Spaniard lost prominence when the squad lost a home match against Celta Vigo, and he was replaced at halftime with the team behind. A few days later, the situation repeated against Mallorca, and from there on, his appearances have become very intermittent, with Xavi benching him for big games against Sevilla and Real Madrid. Of course, as a result of his fluctuations in form lately, minutes for Romeo have been sporadic, and criticisms regarding his displays have become more fierce. The increasingly stacked midfield department does not bode well for Romeo either, as Fermin Lopez's explosion and the successful double pivot of Ilkay Gundogan and Gavi in the Clasico downplay Romeo's significance. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.